Pardon my disheveled appearance, but I'm packing right now to get ready for a road trip to Vegas, something I do about once a month to do various work things, including filming for the documentary that I'm working on, Parkway of Broken Dreams, which I finally announced officially to the world this week on every social media platform you could think of. Maybe it was last week. I don't know. It was some week in the last 2 weeks. And if you didn't see the teaser that I posted for Parkway of Broken Dreams, it's somewhere here. There'll be a link probably or something like that. While I was packing, I figured I should maybe show you guys what kind of crap I take with me when I'm going to shoot video stuff. So I'm doing mostly just sit-down interviews with people in a controlled space where I have controlled lighting, controlled sound relatively. But I also try to prepare for just about any occasion, so I tend to bring way more crap than I actually need. I'm still using, as I think I've discussed previously, a borrowed carry-on bag, which works fine right now for my purposes. I've looked at some other options that are like professional camera gear bags that are like $300 something, and it's not money that I want to spend right now. So anyway, let's pack the bag and see what kind of crap I'm taking with me to do this filming stuff. So first up we have my lighting gear, or at least some of my lighting gear. So I have two LEDs that I generally use as my kind of primary lights, my main light and my fill light. So these puppies are remote controlled, and they have batteries, or I can also plug them in. And these go with me everywhere. They can change color temperature, they can change brightness. They're pretty cool. I got two of these online through the Amazon with light stands and everything for like 125 bucks. Really great deal. Pretty crazy. So these go into the bag first. I've got my Samson Airline wireless lavalier microphone. I honestly never use this. It's a pretty nice, tight little wireless lavalier mic that I have used inconsistently throughout the years. I used to use it a lot to shoot client work, and it fails half the time. It's really annoying, but if I need to be somewhere where I can't directly connect someone to my recording device, and they need to be remote, this works. Power, always really important to have lots of power. I've got magic power strip, I've got multiple power cords. These all go in there, and they also, what's nice about them is they provide a little bit of padding and buffering with this stuff so that I can kind of stick them in between things in the bag. Then we've got this nice little grip head that I use to hang my diffuser panels. It's really heavy duty. This thing will take your finger off. This comes in handy, very much so. Also then there's the beast. This grip head is really heavy duty. This thing, you could definitely beat someone over the head and cause them serious damage. I don't really know that I'll need this for this trip. I usually use this to hold things like this boom mount. Probably not going to be using a boom on this trip, but just in case, always bring it. And use that grip head to pretty much hold anything. This, again, if I don't use the boom, I probably won't need this, but I'm going to pack it in here anyway. Gaff tape. They always say never travel without gaff tape. And this is pro gaff. This is hardcore stuff. Literally have never opened this package. Just haven't had to use it so far. But it's really good for taping down cables and taping up things. And another one of my lights, it's this newer CM160. It's just a little LED light that has a controllable brightness. It doesn't change color, but that's okay. I almost always use this thing just as a backlight, but it's obviously camera mountable. It doesn't run for very long. I've had people on Amazon claim that this thing can run on one battery charge for like 8 hours. I get like half an hour to an hour out of it. So I always have to bring backup batteries. Speaking of which, backup batteries. These little newer battery packs, they work with the LED I just showed you. They work with my other LEDs. These are great all-purpose batteries. They come with these nifty little chargers that just plug right into the wall. I always have multiple of these. I just slide them in the bag and I make sure I charge them up. When I'm on location somewhere and I have power, I don't use the batteries, right? But you know, when I don't have power available, if we're shooting outside or something, then obviously they come in handy very much so. I think this is a 50-foot mic extension, so I use lavalier mics quite frequently. You know, recording just sit-down interviews, and I guess if I needed to be really, really far away and I didn't want to use the Samsung wireless, I could use these. There's these little zip ties. I got turned on to these by Peter McKinnon, and they are truly great little things. You'll notice that that's what was holding this together. They're elastic, but they also have the little strappy thing that you can lock down. These are great. They're super cheap. I just keep them with me, and I use them to tie up cords and do whatever with them. Headphones for monitoring audio. You can't really see it, but these are a pair of Sony headphones I have literally had for, I'm gonna say 15 years, maybe more. I have used these in every studio situation that I've been involved in, and I really should get some new headphones, but they still work. They are falling apart. Not functionally, but the ear pads are starting to come apart, and I just noticed that. Probably need to get a new pair, but for now they will work, and we'll just make sure they sit in there really nicely. Extra AA batteries. My audio recorder runs on AA, so I like to have extra ones around. I have rechargeable batteries that I use, and gotta bring the charger for the rechargeable batteries. And then finally, the last thing that I packed into my gear bag is this. It's my newer 5-in-1 reflector slash diffuser slash everything. This is the bad boy that opens up to be like 54 inches or something crazy like that. This is good to bounce light, natural light outside, or to diffuse kind of harsh light inside. And that is the thing that sits on top and kind of keeps everything together. This is a nice little Amazon Basics bag that is really just going to hold camera and a few other accessories. When I upgrade my gear, I will be going to a bag that carries everything. But the cool thing about this is if all I'm doing is just shooting with the camera, which is usually what I have if I'm just shooting B-roll, I only have the camera. Maybe I have the Joby little mini tripod that actually the phone camera is sitting on right now. Then I can just carry this around and quickly pop out the camera, shoot what I need to shoot, put it back away, everything's safe and protected. And it's very unobtrusive because this thing, when it's closed up, it's pretty small. It just looks like a little carry bag, so not a big thing. In here goes, of course, my main camera, which is the Canon Vixia. I have been using some model of this camera for probably 5 years now. My previous one, it was the HF G30. It got stolen, so I replaced it a few years later with the HF G40. It actually gets pretty good cinematic quality, whatever the heck that means. But it's a great all-purpose run and gun camera, great battery life. I can shoot forever. I don't know. I like it. Canon's great quality. It shoots great at night. The whole documentary, all the interviews have been shot on this. So, it's good. So that goes in first. Then there's the lens hood, lens cleaning rag. These are both the Boya lavalier mics that I use pretty much almost all the time now. I loved it so much that I bought a second one recently. These just plug right either direct into camera, or in my case, I usually plug them into, of course, my handy, trusty Zoom H4n. Another thing that I've had for probably, 5, 6, 7 years. I love this thing. It's a 4-channel digital recorder. You can record just with the cross mics here. You can plug in XLRs, you can plug in 1/4 inches, you can plug in little mini plugs. That's pretty much my audio setup generally when I'm recording. Alternatively, I use lately the Rode video mic. It's designed to go on a camera, of course. That's what you got this whole mount and structure for. This keeps it from making noise while you're recording. I've used it as just a straight up boom mic mounted on a boom pole. This thing works really great then, and I'm holding this and it seems very phallic while I'm doing that, so I'm just going to stop talking like that and put it down. So all this stuff just goes in here. I use these as padding. I just don't really have another good place to put the Rode, so we just kind of squeeze that in there. Remote control for the camera. I don't use that very often, but mainly it's just because I forget that it exists. I really need to invest in like at least like 3 or 4 more of these. These are just adapters for light stands to go from the whatever it is, the 3/8 inch to the 1/4 inch. That's a handy little thing to have. That's pretty much, that's the camera bag. I wrap that stuff up. That's it. So there's obviously a few things I didn't show. You might be asking yourself, hey, where are your light stands and where's your tripods? Most of that stuff's already in the car. My tripod is in the corner of the room here. For the most part, it's 2 bags. Just the carry-on, which has wheels, and then the camera bag that has strap, and I can just get around pretty easily with that. So that's about that. I'm gonna go make dinner, and then I'll probably edit this video at some point before I actually go so that it doesn't seem like awkward. Just pretend that you watched it before I got on the road. Thanks for watching.